Hello and welcome back to Fallout Lore. Last time we finally reached the hub, the core city for trading in the core southern region. That sounded weird. So, this is not going to be an episode dedicated to this city. In fact, we're going to move as soon as possible to another city. But first, let's talk to this Deputy Fry. Oh, friend. Deputy Tony Fry at your service. What is this place? Oh, a newcomer. Welcome to the hub. You've reached the biggest city on the coast. Heck, maybe the biggest city in the world for all we know. I thought you were part of the caravan. Did you come with them? No? That's surprising. It's been pretty rough out there, especially with the missing caravans. But you're safe now. Just stay away from the Maltese Vulcan. They're a bunch of troublemakers, Decker and his crew. Yeah, pretty rough. If you say so. So, did you have any other questions? Nope. Okay, see ya. Alright. I'm gonna make a cut really quickly. You can see that people here are actually very guarding. You can see these people here. They're police officers of the hub. And they have new armors. They are combat armors. We're gonna be able to see them very soon, actually. So I reached the marketplace, and you can see that Ian already identifies this place as Jake's Weapons. And this is a very good shop, if not one of the best in the game, the second best in the game. Hi, welcome to Jake. I've got some great merchandise in stock. Feel free to take a look around. Alright, let's take a look around, and you can see really quickly what kind of gear he has. Explosive rockets, flamethrowers, pulse grenades, rocket launchers, assault rifles, combat armors, sniper rifles, and lots of ammunition as well as a shotgun here, and of course also the 40mm pistol, which is that big gun that everybody's been shooting in the past couple of episodes. I myself probably will be going with a sniper rifle. I don't have the strength to govern it, but neither do I have it for a normal hunting rifle. So let's see. Well, that's a lot of money. We'll figure it out. Give me a moment. Alright, I've got it. It's here. It's the sniper rifle, a DKS 501 sniper rifle, excellent long-range trajectory weapon, originally 3.08. Sorry, 308. This one is chambered in the more common 223. Which means these ones. So, I'm good with bullets. Sold all my other stuff that I found non-essential, essentially, and got some money out of it. I didn't buy the combat suit simply because I know that I'm soon going to get a better armor than that. But anyway, I digress. Let's go talk to the water merchants. Here we are in the front of the water merchant company, and they might have a solution for my vault. We'll find out soon. We'll have to go inside and have a talk with the director, if you want, or rather the administrator here, which is this lady here. I don't care what they say, we need new parts. Oh yes, sorry, what can I do for you? Do you have a water chip? Water chip, Oh, those old vault purifying control chips. Well, I'm sure I speak for the entire town when I say you won't find one here. Without the proper equipment, they're worthless. Only Vault, maybe Necropolis, would have any use for one. Why, you ask? Necropolis? Why would they need one? Well, it's just a guess, really. We tried to start a caravan route to Necropolis once, but they refused to trade with us. Nobody in the right mind refuses water these days unless they have a reliable supply. I figure they must have their own purifier. They would have died out a long time ago. So are you looking to have us go up to your vault? No thanks. So she told me essentially everything that she needed. Necropolis has a big water supply, and that's really, really cool, isn't it? No pun intended, by the way. We're going to go to Necropolis then. Alright, let's go. Necropolis is to the east, a bit and slightly north. Now, for those that don't know, Necropolis is supposed to be the town of Bakersfield in California. However, as I said last episode, we are north of Los Angeles in the hub. But if you know exactly how California is set, you would know that also Bakersfield should be rather here than there. Now, the reason why that is probably because the developers decided to spread out the map a bit, and having it to the west instead of the east would cause a bit of a spreading issue, considering that there is still lots of blank spots here. For instance, all of this area is completely blank, there is nothing at all there, nothing. Let's get into Necropolis, but first let's wait for morning time. Alright, location Necropolis, the city of the dead. Now there's a reason why people don't travel very likely here, and there are the reasons. The ghouls. If you played other Fallout games, you might know that they are basically rejects of radiation. They are things that happened, essentially. Luckily enough, we don't have to deal with any of those. Instead, what we're gonna do is go down to the sewers, through the manholes, and talk to these very, very nice pig rats, or whatever you call them. You can see that the sniper rifle for a name shot requires even more action points. 6 for a single shot and 7 for an aim shot. But boy is it good. Sadly, still, without my proper strength, I cannot really hit well. Which is kind of a sad thing. It was a bit of a... whoa. Yeah, thanks for that, Ian. It was a bit of a flaw in my character creation, I suppose. But at any rate, let's talk more about this town. What is this town about? Necropolis is essentially all about ghouls. It's a ghoul city, 100%. It's ruled by Set. Set is essentially the military ruler of... wow! He's the military ruler of the city. However, it's worth noting that Set was actually placed there by someone else. Someone we'll meet, well, let's say in the final part of the series. And this is not only it. In fact, the ghouls here didn't just emigrate into the city. They're the survivors of the city, but also the inhabitants of the vault of the city. Vault 12 was placed below Bakersfield, and if you've read actually the story of Vault and the listing of Vault, you will recognize Vault 12 as the one that failed to lock properly. So basically radiation went in every single day and slowly started to rot away the people, and the product was the ghouls here, the ghouls of Necropolis. And as you can see, the sewers is filled up with dead bodies, interestingly enough. I'm gonna make a cut here. In the second section of the sewers, we find some ghouls who say, "Wait, don't shoot!" Who is this person? He's a ghoul leader of the underground group of ghouls. "Thank you for not shooting first. Can I help you with anything?" "Yes, I'm looking for water." "The surface of Necropolis and the water is controlled by Set and his ghouls. We are a much more peaceful group, which disgusts Set." "Who is this Set?" "Set is a ghoul like us, but he assumed a certain amount of power in the above our ground world. He's an oaf. Why does he let you survive down here?" "He does not speak of it, however. Set is afraid of having enough people to defend Necropolis, if it ever needed it. So he gives us what water we need." "Where does all this water come from?" "Up until recently, we pumped our water from ground with a pump in the watershed." "Till recently? What has happened that changed things?" "Lately, I have heard rumors that someone has taken over the control of the watershed. However, our rations are still being delivered for some reason." "How do I get to the watershed?" "The watershed is to the north. You'll need to take the sewers to get there." "Thanks. You aren't thinking of taking the water chip from us, are you? Why? If you take the water chip from us, then we will all die. With our water pump broken, we need it to survive. Is it possible that your pump could be fixed? That may be difficult. The parts needed to fix the pump were lost in the sewers under the watershed. Why is that so difficult? The sewers that are filled with monsters, and none of my people that I have sent to retrieve them have come back. Are you willing to retrieve the parts so that the water pump can be fixed? Yes. Thank you. When you get the parts, return here. It is possible that I can help you further. Okay, I'll be on my way. Alright, so he sent us on a quest to retrieve some parts, which we'll find in the sewers. Down the sewers I cleared some more rats and I found a souvenir. Look at this. It's a plasma pistol. Now, I suck at energy weapons and I will do so until level 12 when I get actually another... oops, wrong. When I get another tag. I will get a perk tag, in fact, and that is going to help a lot, actually. So happy me. I've sadly come to a dead end in the sewers. There's just a ladder upstairs. However, there is more to these sewers than we might think. We'll have to investigate from the surface. The ghouls here don't seem to be aggressive, which is always a good thing. But there's not just ghouls here, actually. A bit further down the roads, we encounter our first super mutants. If you disturb the boss, he's gonna hit you. So you can see there are a couple of super mutants here. We're gonna talk about those later. First, let's go down the manhole. Down in the sewers, I found junk, a pile of junk parts, a little bit of everything. It weighs 20 pounds. Could this be the parts that our ghoul friend was looking for? Let's find out. You have returned. Do you have the parts needed to repair the water pump? Yes, here they are. Well, it looks like you may need some help with these parts. Here are some books that we have found littered around. They may help you. Now please take the parts to the watershed and repair the pump. I get a couple of books that will teach us a bit about electronics. Let's read them. So after reading the books, now we're ready to go to the watershed and solve the problem with the pump. However, what we don't know is that the mutant leader of this group is in the shed.
You not look like ghoul. How come?
Now there is actually a possible outcome, two possible negative outcomes to this conversation. One, he's going to be mad and he's going to blast you off with his laser rifle. Not really the optimal solution. Two, he's going to take you to his leader at the Mariposa military base. And the leader is going to ask you where the vault is at, because the mutant's quest is to find humans. As possibly, and not only normal humans, but as little radiated human as possible. So the vault humans are the best for that. So that would lead to an early end game. If you tell the mutants where your vault is, you're going to be turned into a mutant and the mutants are going to assault the vault, and that is going to lead to the bad ending of the game. I'm not even kidding, I could end the game right now by telling him that I'm not a ghoul. But, however, there is a third outcome. I could lie to him and tell him that I'm a ghoul. His stupidity will let him tell me, basically, that I'm not a ghoul.
Okay. Move along then.
Done. This is one of those early encounters that you don't want to have, so I believe you need some speech skill as well as some intelligence for that to work, however. Now let's use the junk parts on top of our water pump. The massive pump struggles to life after you successfully install the missing parts. You gain 1000 experience points for fixing the pump. Now there's actually a ghoul imprisoned here, which we will be freeing now. Give me a second. Here we go. Thank you for letting me out. Where does the water come from? They pump it up from the wells below. There is a manhole in the cell next door that leads to the old vault. This is the source of the water. If it wasn't for those ones below, we would be a lot better off. What do you mean? It is difficult to make the old tech work properly sometimes. The glowing ones slash out whenever we go down there. Us ghouls just leave them alone. And the big mutants don't seem to care one bit. Good luck. Bye. Alright, let's go down actually. The other cell is this one in fact. Who is not locked. We just have to go down here. And down here. Now, as I said, Vault 12 is essentially the location, the vault of Necropolis, or Bakersfield if you want. And these ghouls mostly originate from there. They are also the survivors of the bombing in Bakersfield. And Bakersfield is one of those cities which was bombed really hard, because you cannot cross through the city streets because of that. You have to go through the sewers to travel from one segment to the other. Now we're basically assaulting the vault to get our water chip, or at least hope to get one. The vault design is a standard West Coast design. There is nothing particular to see here, nor on the second floor. In fact, we just will go straight for the third floor, where the command center is at. Even the lockers in this vault were empty, just to let you know. Now there is not one single functional computer, aside from this one. You see a water processing control computer. It is functional. After shutting down the water purification computer, you can hear the repaired water pump working in the distance, bringing water up from what must be a deep well under Necropolis. You have gone up a level. You gain 2,500 experience points for getting a water chip. And here it is. The water chip that we were looking for. We've done it. I'm going to level up and we get actually a bonus perk, which is always nice. What are we going to take? Hell if I know. I decided to go with more criticals. You are more likely to cause critical hits in combat if you have this perk. Each level of more criticals will get you 5% chance to cause a critical hit. This is a good thing. This is a very good thing, in fact. I have 14% chance of a critical hit. And critical hits, as you might know, kill things really easily, so that's really a good thing. We're going to pump up our speech levels to about 109, and then after that we can go with a bit more in our science. Had to really think about that. Alright, done that, we can go back now. Have to be careful about the glowing ones, they might be attacking me. Of course, it's not really that much of an issue because they're not that strong, but still, we've done this. What I could still do is still talk to Seth, the leader of the ghouls, but there is two reasons why I'm not going to do this. One, he can get angry very fast, and he has really a big number of ghouls at his side, and Ian doesn't have any bullets left. So, whoops. Apparently he's been using a 10mm pistol and not a Desert Eagle. Second reason is simple. The quest that he gives is to eliminate the super mutants at the water pump, or the watershed, here inside this building. The problem is not killing them as much as you might think. They're actually quite killable. The problem is weapons they're using. Most of them are not using anything. But this guy is using a laser rifle, and this guy, Barry, is using a flamethrower. Both weapons that can easily kill me instantly if I'm not careful. Especially with the armor that I'm currently finding myself using. So let's go to the vault, shall we? Oh. Bob's Pre-Owned Car Mart. This is actually a special encounter, one that you get through luck. The higher the luck, the better at this you get at these special encounters. So let's talk to Bob here. I'm Bob. Hi, welcome to my previously owned car lot. Which one of these beauties are you interested in today? You must be joking, this car are all wrecks. But sir, these are fine examples of motor vehicles. Yeah, they can't be in working condition. These cars have been given a full 100-point service by our dedicated service department. And where is your service department? Right over there, sir. The dealer points to nothing. Where? There's nothing over there. What do you mean? They're working on our newly purchased 56 Corvega, an excellent buy if I might add. Okay, whatever you say. And we have an excellent warranty. You can bring it back to us for any oil changes as well. The first one is free. What do you say? Throw in a full tank of gas and you have a deal. I'm sorry, we don't have any petrol. Maybe next time. Goodbye. Now, nothing is really special about this encounter, if not what is in his shack, in fact. Inside the shed, I've been able to find a Red Ryder BB gun. It's a BB gun weapon. It's used to be, you know, a BB gun weapon. It does almost no damage at all. However, that's not in the shed. We can check around and investigate to find something more. And in the corner here, hidden, we find a Red Ryder LE BB gun, which is much of a better weapon. And when I say much of a better weapon, I really mean much of a better weapon. In fact, in some instances, it's better than the sniper rifle. It has 100 out of 100 BB ammo, and it's easily one of the best weapons in the game. I really wasn't expecting to get this random encounter, and it's really, really lucky that I did. At any rate, we're going to move on to the vault now, with the Red Ryder LE BB gun. Alright, we finally reached Vault 13. Luckily enough, as our initial location, we can actually travel straight into the command center without further hesitation. Heard about some of these places before, but never been in one. Seems nice and clean, a little too clean for my taste. That's actually one nice thing about Ian, and oh my god. Oh my god, what is going on here? I swear to god, I've never seen this happen before. Probably they're probably rationing the water, that's what's happening. I didn't actually realize that the game actually does this. It's quite interesting to see all of these vault dwellers, one close to the other. But we are here to talk to the overseer, which is this guy on this big chair.
Have you found the chip?
Yes.
Okie dokie, one moment, the chip is initializing. There it goes. Self-test is grain. Reboot is good. Ha! It's working, and it looks like we have a winner! Oh, you've saved us. You've done it.
Ah, it was nothing.
Nothing? No. Oh no. It was something. Don't downplay what you've done. You've saved a lot of lives. All right. Now we need a report on what's out there. Please, go to the library.
Okay. And I leveled up again. Let's check out what we get. Spend some points in my science as well as lockpicking, because those both will come in handy later on. And perhaps I will have to also boost up my repair skill in the future. But for now, let's go talk to the overseer. Many of these people are still here, which creeps me out quite a bit. Now, there is actually a sad thing about Necropolis. If you don't complete the game... sorry, wrong screen. If you don't complete the game before March 25th, 2162, the ghouls of Necropolis will be slaughtered by the super mutants. It's simple as that. You have to complete the game before that date, or they will be dead.
I just wanted to let you know that the water supply is stabilized. Actually, we're rebuilding our reserves. You did great. I am a little concerned, however.
About what?
I don't like your reports. What was in the reports, that is. In fact, they scared the heck out of me. It's those mutants. I've done some calculations and... well, I've come to an unpleasant conclusion.
What's that?
The mutant population is far greater than could be expected by natural growth or mutations. This leads me to believe in... I don't really understand it, but... it looks like someone's generating new mutants, and at a startling rate.
Must be a lab somewhere then.
Exactly. And as you've probably guessed, none of these mutations could have occurred naturally, even with the radiation from the war.
What do you want me to do about it?
As long as someone is creating hostile mutants at this rate, the Vault's safety is at stake. Find and destroy this lab as soon as you can.
Okay. Here's the second part of the main quest. Finding the lab that generates mutants, essentially. Which isn't as easy as needs to be, as said, really. Because that lab is probably going to be super protected. But I've already talked about this lab. The bad ending, remember it? The Mariposa military base, that's the lab. However, we have to find a way to find it first. It might be very well hidden. But first, let us return to the hub. We still have lots of unfinished business there, and that's where our next episode is going to be centered. The hub. Literally, the hub. Okay, here we are back in the hub. Now, in the next episode, we're gonna talk about a bit more about this city, where it originated from, if any place at all, and who is it ruled by, essentially. Until then, be well! Bye!
This was the Lauron Gaming Show. Thanks for watching.